Hello guys, welcome to Coding with 3DV. In the next couple of videos, we will be learning C++, the language that I like the most. To compile and run a C++ program, we need a compiler. So go to your Play Store or App Store and then search for Mobile C and download the application. It is very good and it is a Clang compiler for C++ and C. It also provides a compiler for Python, Lua and JavaScript. Once you have the compiler, go to the app and make a new file named main.cpp. Okay, and then we will get a new file. I have changed the theme, so in default it will come with a light theme. Like other programming languages, C++ also has a main function. So it returns an integer, so int main and a parenthesis, two curly bracket, and because it is a function that returns an integer, we need to return 0 from that. Okay, and our main file is done. So I want to discuss about the data types in C++. So there is an integer, there is a float which to store decimal numbers, and there is boolean for true and false. I did something wrong here. Yes. Okay. So there is a boolean. So we call that bool. And after that, I think we have a character. And these are the basic data types in C language, C++ language. There is one more data type named string. So we need to use namespace inside that. We will discuss it in another video. Okay, so now we know the data types. Now let us print something on the console. So before printing something, we need to import the module IOStream. So when we import a module, we need to write a hash include, and inside angle brackets, I cut off that extra hash, and inside angle brackets write IOStream. In some compilers, we need to write IOStream.h. So what IOStream does is that, as the name suggests, it stands for input output stream. So when we print, we use the name cout, that means console out. So when we print, it is an output stream. So we are importing that module. Okay, now let's print that. I'm going to print it in the main function. So the cout method is find inside the namespace std. So std, and if we want to access something from the namespace, we use double colon, and the function is cout. And in cout, we need to write two angle brackets, and then the string that we want to write. So please subscribe. Okay, and don't forget to put the semicolon after that. Like Java, C++ also uses semicolon for ending a statement. Now let's run this. Okay, here it is. It is giving the text, please subscribe. And we have successfully made a C++ program that prints out a text. Okay. A quick note here, if you see other videos which is C++, you will see something like this, using namespace, if I can spell that right, namespace std. So what that means is that with that line, we don't need to use this we don't need to put that std before the cout. So I don't use it often because I will say, wait a minute. The problem with that is that there are a lot of methods and functions inside that standard library. So for example, there is a max function inside this standard library. If we make another function like that, if you use using namespace std, the compiler will be confused. Okay, so that's why I don't use using namespace std. So we know how to print a text in the screen. Now let us accept something from the user, like a number, and then we will print it. So in C++ we use cin for accepting input from the user. So like cout, we also need to use std : cin, and instead of angle brackets that like less than, we need to put greater than. If you it depends upon how you think about it. stdcin, and we are going to take, okay, wait a minute, before we take in something I need to make a variable so that we can print it. So I'm going to make an integer variable. So int a is equal to, so no need to declare the variable a, because we will always take the input from the user. So cin brackets a and a semicolon. Okay, so now the value that the user gives is stored inside the variable a. Okay, so if you run this program, nothing will happen. We can type in the number and the program will just end. So let's print that. So for printing we use the std cout method, cout, and the variable name a. Okay, so now let's run it. Okay, it's asking for the input, so I'm going to write 25. So let's see. Yes, we got the output 25. So now you might think how to make how to print multiple characters in the same cout function, cout function. So for that we can add another brackets and add a string. So the output is, and close it, and when we run this we ask for the input, so 51, and the output is 51. Okay, there are two more data types that I need to introduce to you. They are the double and the string. So we define a double like we do in float. So just write double and initialize the variable. So for string we need to use the standard library, because it is only found in that. We cannot write string like this. So std and std : string, because it is found inside the standard library, and we define that by typing string my string. Okay, so we initialize with the value of hello world. Okay, and don't forget to put the semicolon after that. As usual, let's print it. Okay, cout and my string. And another function like cout is there in the standard library, that is called endl, which is used for putting a new line character at the end of the previously printed line. So std end l. Okay, so we need to put another set of angle brackets. So let's run this, and here we go, we got the output, and it successfully printed in the console. So I'm going to wrap the video here. I hope you enjoyed this. So please subscribe to my channel, give me a like if you like this, and share it to your friends. So bye. If you have any doubts, leave it in the comment box. Okay, bye.